Today, ISRO has registered another record, yet another landmark milestone, the 100th launch from Sriharikota. That makes each one of us, every Indian, proud. We are also proud of the scientific acumen, the capabilities, the capacities of our scientists, our space experts, and at the same time also thankful to the enabling milieu, to the patronage provided by the political leadership headed by Prime Minister Modi. And while we celebrate the 100th launch from Sriharikota, it's important to share with the audience how this has been made possible and how this has happened in rapid strides in the last few years. Our statistics bear out, figures bear out, evidence bears out that there has been a quantum leap since 2014 after Prime Minister Modi came in. And this quantum leap has been both in the terms of the development of the infrastructure and also in the terms of the investment. For example, ISRO was established in the year 1969, the same year when America landed the first human being on the surface of the moon. Sriharikota became operational in 1971. The first launch happened in 1979. But the first launching pad could be established only by 1993. And the second launching pad, also in Sriharikota, took another more than a decade in 2004, which means that over the last 50 years or so, the progress was not at a pace that could have been expected. But in the last 10 years, infrastructure-wise, in addition to the two launching pads that already exist in Sriharikota, the work has started on the third launching pad, which is going to be a bigger one to carry the bigger satellites, the heavier ones, and also larger ones in size. And at the same time, another site has also been, in addition to this location of Sriharikota, another location has been identified in Tamil Nadu in District Tuticorin, where again the foundation stone was laid by Prime Minister Modi in February last year, that is 2024. So that is the quantum development in infrastructure. As far as investment is concerned, ISRO had to wait for nearly 50, 60 years, working with very minimal resources, as a result of which the abundant acumen, abundant talent, abundant potential of our scientific experts could not find its full realization. But it happened only in the last few years after Prime Minister Modi introduced the new space reforms and opened it up to the public-private participation. Today, not only there is a huge investment from the private sector, and not only the first generation of our startups have turned into globally relevant entrepreneurs, but there's also a huge generation of revenue happening from the launch of the foreign satellites. Like, for example, if you take the US satellites, so far ISRO has earned almost 172 million US dollars. And if you take the European agency satellites, about 292 million euros have been earned. And all these satellites put together, 90% of them or more than them have been launched only in the last 10 years. As far as the investment from the private participants is concerned, in just a small span of 8 months last year, beginning from April to December, we had an investment of more than 1,000 crore. And if you go by the overall space economy, which was very minimal till about 10 years back, today it is more than 8 billion US dollar. And the rise is so steep and happening at such a pace that if you go by the future projections, our prediction is that in the next 7-8 years, we might rise 5 times more to nearly 44 billion US dollars. And therefore, space economy would emerge or may emerge as an important component of the overall India growth story as we move towards Viksit Bharat 2047 and our economy moves from rank 5 to rank 4, rank 3 and then to that pedestal of century 2047. And therefore, I think this is an occasion to celebrate that we have at least at the end, after a long delay, at least achieved in enabling our space scientists, space experts realize their full potential and also realize their full acumen in bringing India not only at par, but in certain ways ahead of several other nations. Our SpaceX, now if you talk of the missions that are in the they are lined up for the next year. This year began with SpaceX, the docking and undocking, which is a very fascinating and very important mission for our subsequent missions like Gaganyaan and space station. And today we had this 100th launch, which is also setting up a navigation satellite. Soon we would have a US satellite for communication, using satellite communication. Following that, there would be NISR, which is a joint collaboration between NASA and ISRO, which would send up an aperture radar with the precision of as much as just about a few centimeters, and it will take pictures of the entire Earth every 12 days. Then subsequently, maybe the second half of this year, we have the final test flight of Gaganyaan, the first Indian human mission, which is called Vayo Mitra because you have a female robo undertaking that. Then 2026, we'll have Gaganyaan, the first Indian human mission. 27, Chandrayaan 4, which will also use this docking and undocking facility, which has been made available by SpaceX, or which has been accomplished successfully. Then 28, Venus mission. 2035, India hopes to have its own space station, which would be named Bharati Antariksh Station. And by 2040, if all goes well as per our schedule, we'll have first Indian landing on the surface of Moon through a totally indigenous mission launched from the Indian soil.
हमसे जुड़े रहने के लिए हमारे YouTube चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें और नई वीडियो की नोटिफिकेशन के लिए बेल आइकॉन को दबाएं।